Sherm story describes graphic violence and death. Do not watch unless you want to hear about graphic violence and death.
So today I want to share with you motherfuckers a horrible story. This is something that happened to me when I was a youngster. And this is the first time I seen somebody fucking die, blood. So I don't even remember how motherfucking old I was when this shit happened, blood. I was a youngster though. Maybe I was like 12 years old and shit. I wake up, it's like a Saturday morning. I'm headed into the motherfucking kitchen, get myself a bowl of cornflakes. I look over, blood, my Uncle Reggie passed out on the couch. He got one of his homeboys with him too. Nothing unusual. So I don't really think nothing of it. I don't even glance over these motherfuckers. But I can hear something, blood. I hear something like, So I fucking look over, blood. And Uncle Reggie's fucking friend, his face is fucking straight blue, blood. He looked like he motherfucking Papa Smurf or something, dog. So as soon as I see that shit, blood, I fucking know immediately this is all fucking bad, but this ain't right, player. This motherfucker's dying. So I immediately go to Uncle Reggie, start trying to shake his ass and wake that motherfucker up. With that motherfucker Uncle Reggie, he ain't getting up, blood. I don't know, he been partying all night too. I don't know if he been doing the same thing or what. But I cannot get this motherfucker to wake up. And his friend's fucking dying right fucking next to him. And I'm shaking this motherfucker. I'm like, Uncle Reggie, get your ass up, motherfucker. Your fucking friend is dying, homie. I start slapping this fool in his fucking face and like I'm in desperation, dog. This motherfucker's still making these death noises and shit. His face is fucking blue, blood. And Uncle Reggie ain't waking up. So I'll find out later in life, that's what you call a fucking death rattle, player. That's when someone's fucking dying, blood. And I'm finally starting to get a little reaction out of Uncle Reggie. But I'm in fucking panic mode, blood. He ain't fucking coming to, blood. Uncle Reggie seriously fucked up, dog. And they one of them old school tile phones right next to that motherfucker landline, so I grabbed that shit. I picked that motherfucker up, I dialed 911. As soon as I do that shit, I reach for it. Uncle Reggie comes to motherfucking life like a fucking demon. He reaches over and grabs that motherfucking cord and yanks that shit out the fucking wall. And that motherfucker looked like a demon too. His eyes was red as fuck and he's like,
do not call 911.
I'm like, holy fuck! Uncle Reggie, your friend fucking dying, blood! But Uncle Reggie, he's so fucked up and delirious from his night at party, he can't decipher what the fuck I'm saying. And this fool getting violent with me. He's fucking trying to grab me and strangle me and shit. Uncle Reggie fucking grabbed my ass and throw me down on the couch. He's fucking strangling me like,
I told you, little motherfucker, don't you ever wake me up.
I'm like, Uncle Reggie, your friend fucking dying, blood. At some moment, Uncle Reggie starts to fucking figure out what the fuck's going on. I think when he finally looks over his friend and see he looked just like Papa Smurf, he fucking knows, blood. He knows something bad's happening too. So Uncle Reggie just fucking lets me go. He goes over to his friend. He starts slapping the face, doing all this shit, trying to wake his ass up. Ain't nothing fucking working, blood. This motherfucker dying, blood. It's a little past that shit. So I'm like, Uncle Reggie, what the fuck we gonna do? What the fuck we gonna do? Uncle Reggie checking his pulse, doing all this shit, trying to find if he's breathing or not. And Uncle Reggie's like,
shut the fuck up, you little motherfucker.
And blood, I was getting, man, I never experienced nothing like this before. Uncle Reggie like,
get the fucking ice out the freezer.
I'm like, what? I'm thinking, what the fuck you want that for? He's like, get that fucking ice out the freezer.
Throw that shit in the bathtub. We gotta get this motherfucker in the bathtub immediately.
So I just did what the fuck he said. I was confused as fuck and I was like in panic mode, blood. But there wasn't that much fucking ice in that freezer, player. There was hardly any in there at all. So Uncle Reggie, he running there, he put that water as cold as he can fucking get. He running this full of bad. And the whole time this is going on, blood, I can hear this fool just gasping. This motherfucker dying, blood. He fucking dying. We should be calling 911. By now the paramedics will fucking be there. But Uncle Reggie, he ain't gonna fucking do that, blood. Yeah, so we get that bath about halfway fucking full. Uncle Reggie, he awake now, blood. He in complete motherfucking panic mode. Maybe even worse than my ass is. He like, you grab the ankles, I'm gonna grab the wrist. Let's get this motherfucker in there. And he starts using medical. He starts saying shit like stat. using all these medical terms like he a fucking doctor or something. So we get that motherfucker in the back, blood, and it don't do a fucking thing, man. He don't even react to it, blood. This motherfucker pretty much dead at this point. And I'm like, Uncle Reggie, we gotta call 911. Uncle Reggie, he turned, looked back at me like that little girl from The Exorcist, and he like,
you are not calling 911.
I'm like, alright, fuck, blood. Uncle Reggie, he gonna fucking die. So we both looking at each other at this dead motherfucker Uncle Reggie's bathtub looking like Papa Smurf. And it was at that motherfucking moment Uncle Reggie went into complete motherfucking panic mode. Look, the only way I can describe it, he looked like a motherfucking caveman. He jumped on top of this motherfucker in the bathtub, just started pounding on his fucking chest like an animal, blood. It was insane. And as scared as I fucking was, once I seen Uncle Reggie jump on top of this cat and start doing this, it just got worse, blood. I knew this was fucking bad. And blood, nothing we was doing was fucking working. I don't know how long Uncle Reggie was on top of that motherfucker, pounding on his chest, trying to give him mouth to mouth, screaming and shit. It was horrible, blood. I got PTSD from that shit. Uncle Reggie like,
pull him out the bed. We put him back on the couch.
So me and this motherfucker, we grab his ass, we fucking yank him out the tub, we put him back on the couch. Blood, I think he's dead at this point. I don't even fucking know. But he ain't making them sounds no more, blood. And then all of a sudden, he does something fucking horrible, blood. He starts heaving up. He starts throwing the fuck up. And blood, just as this dead motherfucker starts throwing up, Uncle Reggie starts fucking throwing up too at the same motherfucking time. And it was fucking horrible, dog. Cause this dead motherfucker was throwing up. And then you can hear this motherfucking gurgling like what little bit of breath he still had. He was fighting to get air from his vomit. I ain't never seen nothing like this, but Uncle Reggie, he got vomit all over us. He's still throwing up, and he trying to fucking shovel vomit out this dude's mouth while he's throwing up himself. You could find the worst fucking horror movie known to man, blood, and you could not even compare what this scene was like. I don't think that shit in the it was that fucking bad, blood. I mean, I can remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday, blood. It's like it just happened 30 minutes ago. And this happened a long fucking time ago. And I'll never fucking forget it. And I don't know if I want to keep going on about this part of this motherfucking dying, blood, because it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. And it's just one more motherfucker dead in the same house. And blood, I'm telling you, this whole motherfucking situation, it went on for so fucking long. I think it must have been 5 or 10 minutes. But blood, that didn't feel like no 5 or 10 minutes. I want you to see time 5 minutes, how long that fucking is. And imagine somebody just dying right next to you for that fucking amount of time, just gurgling and their face is fucking blue, and there ain't nothing you can do. And as bad and horrific as everything fucking was, Uncle Reggie fucking vomiting himself, shoveling vomit out this dude's mouth, it was that moment when Uncle Reggie gave up, blood, when he sat on that sofa and lit that cigarette. And at that moment, blood, I knew this motherfucker was dead. It's over, blood. That's it. I remember I just sat right next to Uncle fucking Reggie. We just stared at this motherfucker just dead, just laying on that couch fucking dead, blood. And now I'm thinking myself, and I'm sure Uncle Reggie, he's thinking the same fucking thing. What the fuck we gonna do now?